after all the movies and whatnot,
Uh-huh.
um, when did you form like the body count that is when you
Well,
first came out with body count? But wasn't it something before that?
no, what we were doing before that was Ice was doing what's the name of this movie? New Jack City. He was going to be in New
Mm,
York. So
yeah.
he says, Ernie, get your stuff together. So I was auditioning people for I was doing a separate band. And so we were auditioning singers and this and that. It was me, Vic, and Moose. That was
Right.
the band.
Right.
Just me, Vic, and Moose. And we were auditioning people. Then we auditioned people, singers. They came out with puff sleeve shirts on, and it's like spandex, and it was crazy. So I was like, hey, why don't you just sing? So when we first started, the first gigs that we did at this thing, I sang a lot of the stuff, and then he would just sing a couple of songs. And I was
Right.
like, I'm really not digging this singing thing because I want to really play guitar and do my thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he started singing more and more, and the band started getting more interest. And then we're like, okay, let's do this, and that's how Body Count came. It was just totally, wasn't supposed to be what it was supposed to be.
Oh wow.
It just happened by accident. We were gonna have another singer, or I was gonna sing, and Ice was just standing on stage with her to get attention. And then he started singing and liked it, and he was good at it. More
Right.
importantly, he was
Yeah.
good at it. So that's when we decided, let's do this.
Wow. Wow. That's pretty awesome. Was there ever like a time like you ever thought about like when you guys were actually playing in like body counts around, right? Did you
Hmm.
ever in that time, like in the early 90s, ever think about like giving up or anything like that after you guys made it or anything?
No, no, because if we, it Body Count was initially a bunch of friends. So
Right.
are you going to stop being friends with people? You know what I mean?
That's yeah.
It's that's a hard breakup. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
But because it'd be like, well, I'm gonna start another band. It's gonna be same stuff with just different people that I get along with better. No, we got along. You know what I mean? We got
Right.
along. Everyone got along until we didn't get along.
Right.
But for the most part, we
Oh,
got along. It
right.
was simpler. I always told people just leave the stuff in the room. We can argue all we want, but just leave it in the room.
Right. Wow. Did did you ever feel like, like when body count was first coming out, like what was your experience when you first came out like to Lollapalooza?
Well,
First coming out to that.
what happened with that is, it was a rocket ride, because we only did 10 gigs before we were on Lollapalooza. That was it.
Oh,
We did 10 gigs. We did 10 gigs in the city, and
okay.
then we were on Lollapalooza. We played at, the biggest gig we did was like Coconut Teaser, and
Right.
then we were playing, in front of people at Lollapalooza. I mean, we got on Lollapalooza as a fluke. I mean, what happened was I used to be a messenger. Like, I used to deliver packages, and I was delivering packages one day, and I saw Perry Farrell at this management company, and I heard him talking, and he says, um, he was filming, doing a track. There's a track by Sly Stone called "Nigga Whitey." Don't call me nigga Whitey. Don't call me Whitey nigga. It's a song. I mean,
Right.
it's from the '60s. It's politically incorrect now, but it's what it was. Sly wrote the song, and I said to him, I said, the messenger says, I know Sly Stone. I can get him for your video. And
Mm,
they're like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the messenger, but I have a friend who lives with Sly Stone, and I go there all the time. So Sly we were gonna do this video, and so we went over to Mates. 2 weeks later, we're at Mates, and I asked Sly, he's like, I'm gonna be at the video. So the day we were gonna record this, I'm sitting at Mates waiting for Sly to get there. I'm like, where's he at? So I called up. They're like, Sly is gone to rehab. I'm like, what?
oh,
So I'm sitting there with all these managers and camera crews and everything else. I said, oh, Sly's not feeling good today. I said, do you guys know this Ice-T? They're like, Ice-T, we love him. I said, I can get him. So I called up Ice. I said, what are you doing today? He said, I'm recording with Quincy Jones. I'm like,
Oh,
can you get over here to Mates? He said, and he says, I'll be there as soon as I'm finished.
yeah.
So he left there, he rolled into Mates. They were getting ready to film this video. They were doing a video for the song. It was for Perry's wife's movie called The Gift.
All
So
right.
Perry said to me, he says, Ernie, you got a guitar? I'm like, I got one in the car. He said, go get it. I hopped in the video with him.
Oh man.
So I hopped in the video. So then when it got time for him to do Lollapalooza, he's like, I owe them one. And he put us on Lollapalooza. He put Ice on, and in turn, Ice put Body Count on for 15 minutes of his
Yeah.
set.
Man. Oh man.
And that kind of, set, set the tone for Body Count, because the simple fact that we only played for 15 minutes. We only knew 25 minutes worth of songs. So
Oh.
we only had like 4 or 5 songs,
Right.
So
Right.
it was
Wow.
perfect. We jammed the hell out of those songs.
Wow.
If we would have had to play for an hour, we probably would have lost people's attention. We had enough energy for 15, 20 minutes to make people interested. So when we came out with a record, people were like, wow,
Man, how was that recording process? For recording the first Body Count record?